Good morning and welcome back to the Mining Stock Daily Morning Briefing, presented by the Clear Commodity Network and delivering today's top news in mining and mineral exploration. From the new ClearCom studios, here's your host, Trevor Hall.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Mining Stock Daily Morning Briefing, back in a regular studio with a regular scheduled program throughout the week. How about that? It's Monday, July 13th. Metals are starting the week on the soft side. Gold's down 1.5% to $4,060 an ounce. Silver's off 2.3% to $58.47, and copper essentially flat, up 0.2% to $6.25 a pound, holding in there relative to the pressure on the precious metal side. China's economy is expected to show a slowdown in the second quarter GDP data this week after a solid start to the year. Weak domestic demand has been dragging against the resilient export side of the economy, and that export strength has itself been complicated by the global oil shock running through supply chains. The emerging read from economists is that Beijing is likely to step up stimulus in the back half of the year. Separately, new data from Chile's State Copper Commission Cochilco shows output from the country's major producers fell sharply in May. Codelco, the world's largest producer, was down 18.3% year-on-year to just 106,300 metric tons. BHP's Escondida fell 17.6%, and Collahuasi dropped 19.3%. Three of the world's biggest copper mines all posting double-digit output declines in the same month is a supply-side signal that doesn't go unnoticed in the market that's already watching China for the demand catalyst, and it reinforces the structural case for copper at current prices and above. We'll get to the news out of the miners and explorers here in just a moment, but first a word about today's sponsor. This morning briefing is brought to you by Integra Resources. Integra is advancing a portfolio of 3 gold-silver projects in Nevada and Idaho, including the producing Florida Canyon Mine, the Delamar Development Project, and the Nevada North Exploration Property. The company is currently running a 50,000-meter drill program, that's the largest in its history, targeting production growth at Florida Canyon, development drilling at Delamar ahead of an updated feasibility study, and engineering work at Nevada North. You can learn more at integraresources.com.
The dynamics of the natural resource trade changes every day. Get the full view of the commodity markets every week with Commodity Compass, hosted by me, Jennifer Pickrell. From metals to energy to agriculture, we break down the key moves, market drivers, and macro forces shaping the resource world, all in one sharp, insightful podcast from the Clear Commodity Network. Whether you're a trader, investor, or industry pro, Commodity Compass helps you stay grounded and informed. Listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or at clearcommodity.net. Clear Commodity Network, digital news on the physical markets.
And here's what you need to know this morning. AbraSilver Resources has released new assay results from its ongoing Phase 6 drill program at the Diablillos silver-gold project in Salta province of Argentina, with hole 36 returning 109 meters, grading 221.2 grams per ton silver and 0.72 grams per ton gold at Oculto West. That includes a higher grade core 14 meters of 580 grams silver. In a previously undrilled gap that now confirms mineralization continuity across the interval. So this hole also cuts 7.6 meters of 0.73% copper and 15 meters of 0.54% copper beneath the oxide zone, flagging the sulfide system below. This is exploration upside beyond the company's recently completed definitive feasibility study, which outlined proven and probable reserves of just under 78 million tons of 146 grams per ton silver equivalent, containing 184 million ounces of silver and 1.8 million ounces of gold. AbraSilver trades on the TSX with ABRA and on the OTCQX with ABBRF. Banyan Gold has released new drill results from the Powerline deposit, southwest area of the Ormac project in Yukon, with the best hole, that's hole 865, returning 151.3 meters, the 0.55 grams per ton gold, and included 31.4 meters of 0.86 grams per ton gold, and a 4.1 meter interval in there of just over 2 grams per ton gold. There's also multiple high-grade spikes, including 15.76 grams per ton over 0.6 meters in hole 855B, and 14.4 grams per ton over 0.8 meters in hole 859. The results continue to delineate new continuous high-grade zones of Powerline Southwest and support upgrades from inferred to indicated at the project that already hosts 3.5 million ounces of gold indicated and just under 5 million ounces in inferred. With a 70,000 meter drill program, now with more than 33,000 meters of those completed and running ahead of schedule. Banyan Gold trades on the venture with BYN and on the OTCQB with BYAGF. American Pacific Mining has announced that a second drill rig, an RC rig, has arrived on site and commenced drilling at its Madison copper-gold project in Montana. That's joining a diamond core rig already turning as part of the company's fully funded 15,000 meter program. The RC rig will focus on rapid testing of near-surface skarn targets that shared the geological hallmarks of historic Madison and Broadway mine footprint. It's an area with a history of high-grade copper and gold production. The goal here is identifying shallow mineralization that could feed into a maiden mineral resource estimate targeted for next year. American Pacific Mining trades on the CSE with USGD and on the OTCQX with USGDF. Talisker Resources has acquired a 100% interest in the Ben Nevis property from Coast Copper Corp. That adds just over 10,000 hectares of contiguous ground southeast along the Cadwaladers fault system that hosts the Braylorn deposit in British Columbia, and that expands Braylorn's gold project to 24,000 hectares, spanning 40 kilometers of strike. The property hosts 7 historic mineral occurrences with Braylorn-style quartz veining and structural controls, including the silicon circuit showing where 2018 grab samples returned up to 26.5 grams per ton gold and 103 grams per ton silver. Consideration was $125,000 cash and more than 211,000 shares valued at $250,000, plus minimum exploration commitments and contingent payments of $100,000 per 100,000 ounces of gold defined in resource up to a maximum of 1 million ounces. Talisker Resources trades on the TSX with TSK and on the OTCQB with TSKFF. And Collective Mining has announced that Colombia's National Mining Agency has granted additional mining titles to the company following a successful public hearing in the municipality of Supia in the Caldas Department held back in May. This follows a separate title grant out of Marmato hearing in February, reported in April. Together, the two processes have materially expanded Collective's title land position at the Guayabalas project, consolidating tenure along regional structural trends, and adding new drill-ready targets the company says is plans to begin testing this year. The expanded footprint gives the company more flexibility for both exploration and future infrastructure planning at a project that has now seen 184,000 meters of diamond drilling, with 120,000 of those at the flagship Apollo system, and a 2026 program of up to 100,000 meters currently underway across 13 rigs. Let's not forget that. All backed by $113 million US in cash at the end of Q1. Collective Mining trades on the TSX and the NYSE with the symbol CNL. And a late entry into this morning's briefing, Sitka Gold's out with new drill release, with the new drill assays in their release this morning, hitting a whopping 348 meters of 1.12 grams per ton gold at Blackjack, that Blackjack deposit. That is a massive hole. Congratulations. Sitka Gold trades on the Venture with SIG and on the OTCQX with SITKF. That's a wrap here on the Morning Briefing. The Morning Briefing is produced by Clear Commodity Network. It is distributed throughout the world through your podcast network of choice and at clearcommodity.net. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Be well. The information presented should not be considered investment advice. Mining Stock Daily and its affiliates are not responsible for any loss arising from any investment decision in connection with the material presented herein. Please do your own research or speak with a licensed financial representative before making any investment decisions.